Hey guys, what's up? I'm the Goblinator, and just yesterday a new Brawl Talk was released announcing 2 new brawlers, one chromatic, one mythic, and both of them are so cool. So today we're gonna put them against each other to try and compare their stats and see which one is really the best brawler. Is it Belle, the sharpshooting outlaw, or Squeak, the drool monster alien thing, which at least he's cute, so let's forget what he's actually made out of. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be comparing is health points, and in terms of HP, Belle is pretty decent for a sharpshooter at least. She has 3,640 health, which is more than, say, Piper or Brock, but it's still a lot less than Squeak, who has 5,040 health, which is pretty tanky, especially since, as you'll see later, he has a pretty long range, so those two things together are going to be one deadly combination. But anyway, 1 point to Squeak, which brings us to the next thing that we're going to be comparing. Damage from one attack, and surprisingly these two brawlers actually deal the exact same amount of damage to their first target at least. Both brawlers deal 1,540 damage, but of course Belle's attack can bounce off of enemies to deal a little bit of extra damage, and for Squeak's attack, well, it deals splash damage, so it can hit more than one brawler with one attack. So for that reason, I think I'm going to call it a tie and give both brawlers 1 point. So that leaves us at 2-1 in favor of Squeak. Now let's talk about reload speeds, and for this, Belle has a reload speed of 1.4 seconds, which is pretty decent, and Squeak has a reload speed of 2.4 seconds, which is incredibly slow, one of the slowest in the game, and that's going to make him a lot harder to play because basically missing 1 or 2 shots is going to leave him defenseless, unlike Belle, who can afford to miss a shot once in a while. But anyway, I'm going to give the point to Belle, which leaves us at a tie, 2-2. Now let's move on to attack range, and for this one, Belle's gonna get a point once again with her 10 tile attack range, which is actually pretty impressive compared to Squeak's attack range, which is only 8 tiles. Of course, 8 tiles is still pretty good, and Squeak's attack deals a little bit of area of effect damage, which could technically count as increasing his range, but for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna count it, and I'm gonna give the point to Belle. So that means Belle takes the lead with 3 points. But anyway, now let's talk about supers, and this one's going to be a bit complicated because, you know, they both have pretty complex supers. For Belle's super, she shoots a projectile that deals a little bit of damage and then tags the enemy so that they take more damage from any other attacks. And for Squeak, he shoots a giant pile of drool that then splits into smaller piles of drool that deal damage to the enemy. Now this was hard to choose, but I think I'm going to give the point to Squeak because Belle's super could be really strong in certain situations, like if you're trying to kill someone with a lot of stars and bounty, or if you want to tag the gem carrier and gem grab. But in most cases, it's not that good. It only really tags one enemy, and that's why I think that Squeak's super is a bit more useful because it allows you to control a huge area and deal a bunch of damage, which is useful in, well, almost any situation. And when I say it allows you to control a big area, I mean a really big area. I mean, look at this clip right here. You can see that his super blocks out a huge part of the map, and that's going to be super good. But now that we're tied at 3v3, I'm going to leave it to you guys to be the tiebreakers. So comment down below if you're a part of Belle Gang or Squeak Gang, and try and like the other comments that you agree with to see if we can figure out which one's going to be the best brawler once it actually releases. And while you're down there, might as well like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I got a ton of videos planned for these new brawlers, so stay tuned for that. And aside from that, have a nice day. Peace.